Hi my beauties, welcome back. So today I have a baby hair tutorial for you to show you how to create baby hairs on your lace wigs. This is the unit that I'm going to be sharing all of the demonstration on. Before I get into this, thank you so much for joining me back for today's video. If you're new, go ahead and click that subscribe button and become a part of my beauty squad. So I just want to share a little bit of details before I jump into this. This is a 360 full wig, so if you don't have the patience to make a wig, this wig is already made. It comes with lace all the way around to the back, front, and in the center it has wefting. The density on this wig is pretty heavy. It's about 150. This is a pre-plucked 360 wig, so that means the hairline is already pre-tweezed, so you don't have to do any of the tweezing. Also, the length that I chose in this particular wig is 20 inches, and the actual hair itself is Indian Remy hair. Now that you know the details of this particular wig, let's jump right into the video and let me share with you how to create natural baby hairs on your lace wig. Okay, so as you can see, the hairline comes pre-plucked. This wig does have a really defined hairline. I have not attached it to my head or anything, so it's just kind of sitting. I do have adjustable straps. Before I start, I like to spray the hair down with some water because it works better when you are trying to create your baby hairs. It kind of gets everything nice and smooth and it's easier to work with. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of mousse around the edges, and this is going to help me be able to lay those baby hairs and create them easily. Also, I'm going to use this rat tail comb and I'm going to separate just a little bit of the hair around the hairline. And I will be working in small sections. To thin out the baby hairs a little bit, I like to go in and tweeze extra hairs from in between them because you don't want that thick baby hair. You want them to be a little bit fine so that they can lay a lot more realistically. And then I'm just going to use a razor comb and shorten them out. So now it's time to lay those edges, and I'm going to use this Eco Styler gel and also just trim away any hairs that I feel like is just too long. What I'm creating here is a swoop, and if you notice, some baby hairs on the wigs usually just don't lay right. So what I like to do is kind of create this swoop and pin it. That way it can hold the position of how I want the hair to lay. And I'm just going to continue the same thing on each section of the hairline until I achieve what I'm trying to achieve. Now, if you're not into the dramatic baby hairs, this is a little dramatic looking, over the next couple of days or so, the hairs will loosen up so they won't look as harsh, and they will keep the shape that will look really natural. Okay, so I'm going to let this section dry, and since I'm not going to tie down my hairline right now, which is what I would normally do, I'm going to take this curling wand and I'm just going to gently tap those areas. Now remember, if you do this step, it's very hot, so you want to be very careful. I would highly recommend using a blow dryer, but I don't have mine with me right now, but I'm going to need this anyway, so I'm just going to tap lightly without burning myself, of course, to kind of flatten everything down. So what we're going to do next is create the actual parting. The parting looks really good to me, but you want it just a little bit more wider, so I'm going to tweeze that parting a little bit. If you don't like tweezing hairs out of your wig because you feel like you might mess it up or tear the lace, I do have a knot tinting method. Cover up and hide those knots very well permanently. So go check out that video. I will link it in the description box if you guys. So now I'm going to begin on this side working with the baby hairs. Because this hairline around this part is so straight across, I do feel like creating baby hairs here will kind of define it a little bit more realistically. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. These baby hairs in the front you want a little bit shorter because you don't want it to look like a bang unless that's the look that you like. Okay, so I really wish the lace was not dark brown because I feel like when you go to create baby hairs or anything and you do that separation from the hair and the lace, you can kind of see the separation of the lace on your forehead if your lace do not match your skin complexions. I'm going to go in with some of the Got2b gel, and this is going to lock in those baby hairs so that they won't move, because this gel is a lot more stiff. It's like glue almost. If you ever had that problem where the baby hairs just kind of come up throughout the day, then you definitely want to take this step afterwards because it's going to hold it longer than a day. And it's going to give you a little bit of security so that your lace won't come up or anything. And creating it this way, like I like to do, kind of makes it where you don't really have to even glue your wig down in the front. Okay, so this area should be about dry. You want to let it dry 100% before you remove these bobby pins, because if you don't, it's not going to form right. And I'm just going to use a little bit of foundation powder right in the parting, and this is going to help hide that dark lace a little bit. Now I'm going to tell you now, if you're working with a lace color that's not your color, it's going to be a little bit difficult. The parting on this 360 wig goes all the way back to about right here, which is a lot of parting. Really like that. You want to make sure to take that powder all the way back so it'll look more realistic. And I'm going to use some around this lace area to kind of cover that lace. It's not going to work too good, but it'll do. So that is basically it. That's how I create my baby hairs. I really love how everything turned out. I love the way the natural wave pattern of this hair just make it look so exotic. The hair is really soft. So if you want to see more creative videos for wigs, I will be sure to link in the description box right below the video. Just click the drop down box and there will be a whole lot of helpful videos. Give this video a thumbs up, share it, and also don't forget to come back for another video. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss the upcoming video, and I will see you back very soon.